It says you are live. So I'll just give it a few seconds. I see we have a few people here, which is not it's nice to hear. Hello, Dwayne. How are you? How's life back in old sunny Huntingdon? Morning, my friend. Hope you all okay. Great watching you all putting the prices on. All the best to you. All the best to you too as well, Dwayne. That was a very nice Christmas dinner you cooked. I'll tell you that. That's about the third time I told you now. Oh. Anyway, so what are you up to today, Dwayne, on this lovely Monday? It's Monday morning, isn't it? Yeah. Over here, it's Monday evening. So I'm not actually putting a specific time now when I put a live stream. I'm just doing it whenever, because you know how it is. Otherwise, my normal time would have been to catch people in England would be about 8 o'clock in the evening, which means I'd have to get up about 7 o'clock. No, sorry, at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I just put it whenever now and see who's free, see how it works out. Hello, Andy. How are you? Morning, Alan. Hope you are well. Yes, I'm doing okay. The only thing I do need at the minute is reading glasses. I've seen an optician's in Valencia City, which is about half an hour up the road. So I might check them out at some point and see if they can give me some reading glasses. I'm okay when it's like nice and bright, but when you get dim light and you get very small text, it goes a bit blurry. So I have to sort of like pull back to actually read it. But I'm okay at the minute. I'm on my laptop tonight. Anyway, Andy, hello. Glad you joined in. Mr. Dave, how are you doing? Is this recent or have the charges always been high? It's not recent. I think they've always been high. I did hear that the Philippines was one of the most expensive countries in the world when it comes to ATM machines. There are obviously other countries which are high, but the Philippines is high up on that list, if not the highest. I was going to just run you through. I've been sort of like, haven't said nothing about this since I've been here. I've been here 2 months now, and I thought it was high time I just mentioned it. There's in actual fact, there's quite a lot of things I could mention, but I'm just waiting for the right time. I just thought I'd talk specifically about ATM charges, and obviously the people that live over here, they all know this all too well anyway, so they'll probably be laughing at me. But there again, you learn by your mistakes. So I've been charged a few times, and I'll tell you what the figures are shortly, and then you'll get an idea of how bad it is. Mr. Neil, hello. Good morning to you. It's good evening over here and good morning for you, if you're in the UK, I guess. Big Gooch. I haven't heard that name before. I'm here in Palawan. Well, hello. I am specifically looking to get more people that are actually living here in the Philippines to participate in my live streams. I'll tell you who I watch. I watch a lot, and I'm a great admirer of his channel. It's Big World Cinema. I watch nearly all of his videos. I think he puts a lot of time and effort. Not so much the live streams, because we can all sit here and talk about the live streams. But when he actually does a video, when I see how much content he puts in each video, and considering most of his videos are like between 25 and 30 minutes long, he puts a lot into it. And I think he should do a lot better than what he's actually doing. But there you go. But I do watch him a lot. But yeah, Palawan. That's the, I know where Palawan is. I've never been there myself. But I hear that's a fantastic place for tourists to see some beautiful beaches and scenery and stuff like that. Maybe one day I'll get to go there. I'm here in Mindanao at the minute. I haven't really been anywhere apart from around Bukidnon area. I am planning on at some point in time, if it ever happens, to actually go and visit a few places. It's either Bahia or Camiguin Islands, probably going to be the first. But unfortunately, I've got to go to Davao City to sort the ACR cards out first. Red hot. Oh, here's a familiar. Hello, Vivian. Guess what? I was going to put your Mondeo t-shirt on tonight, but it's a bit too warm. I wasn't even going to wear this. It's too flipping hot. The sun is just setting now, but it'll be dark by 6. But it's flipping. So I will be wearing your t-shirt at some point. Anyway, hello, Vivian, to you. Hope you're doing well over there. It's actually going okay. Not bad at all. Dwayne, fitted a rear metal step to my Transit for mobility scooter. You fitted shouldn't be a ramp so you can push the scooter up, or a lift. Yeah, send us a picture on WhatsApp or something like that. Big Gooch, and how is your Wi-Fi so good? Oh, do you know what? I think she's got the upgraded Wi-Fi here. A little bit more. I don't know what she pays for Wi-Fi, but I know she upgraded it, so it's kind of a bit better. I was downloading a movie the other day, and it was nearly around about 10 megabytes a second. Now, I know for a lot of people that's incredibly slow these days, but for me, that's incredibly fast. I think that's a pretty good speed. But the internet here is pretty damn good, apart from when you get the brownouts. Every sort of every couple. It's not too bad, actually. Every time we get a power cut, it's once a fortnight maybe. It's not that much. But no, the internet here is pretty damn good, I must say. Sorry? Oh, Carl. Hello, Carl. And thank you very much for joining in on the channel. You know, there's a subscribe button there, because not that many people watch my videos anyway. They used to watch them when I'd done a car channel, but now I'm here in the Philippines. I have to talk about anything and everything, and Philippines. So I have to find new people. Anyway, thank you very much, Big Gooch. It's a pleasure. Ballsy 84. You're missing the Oxmoor estate. I don't mind it in the summertime. It's just the winter time. It's so bland and horrible. No, I mean, I guess in time I'll kind of miss it. I think one day, I don't know when that'll be. I'll have to go back to England anyway, and I will walk around. I'll probably walk around the Oxmoor or wherever I lived and the town and all that, and I'll actually film it. So I was going to do that before I left, but I never got round to it. All I managed to do was take a few drone shots of the Oxmoor and that, and that's why I made that drone video. But no, I'm exploring over here at the minute. It's so different over here. I keep saying it, but you can walk around Huntingdon, and you know, especially on the evening time, you'd be lucky if you pass somebody. There's not that many people about. Over here, it's just flipping activity and people everywhere. It's unbelievable. Anyway, that's for another time. I better carry on with these comments. Ross, hello. When I use my Australia Bankwest MasterCard in Manila, Makati, BPI ATMs, it's free. It's fee-free. This is what I wanted to hear. Not that it's going to apply to me at the moment, but a lot of you guys who are actually living over here, by now you would have probably very quickly worked out how to get your cash without paying fees. So I'm going to give you an example of what I have literally paid here on a number of occasions. So you'll understand that if you ever come over here as a tourist or whatever, you're going to have to sort your finances out and how you get cash. The Philippines, from what I can deduce, is pretty much a cash society. It's not like back in England where everything's going, you know, how can I put it, digital. They're trying to make your money digital. Here in the Philippines, it's cash. So although they do have, you know, PDQs and you know, Wi-Fi cards and all that sort of thing, you don't generally tend to see them. And I guess unless you're in the big cities. If you're in the smaller towns, and here's a good example, the immigration centre in Davao City, they take cash. They don't take card. So it's not that easy. If you want to go and pay for something, most of the time you've got to go to an ATM or you've got to have the cash in your pocket to pay for stuff. Because most of the shops, especially here in Mindanao, in like Maramag, Bukidnon, there are no card machines. They want cash. So that's just the way it is out here. But anyway, in a few minutes, I'll give you an example of exactly what I've had to pay on bank charges, so you'll get a good idea of it. Anyway, thank you, Ross. Big Gooch, yes, the north of the island is, I'm in Roxas, Palawan, east coast, about halfway up. I'd have to look that up because I don't really know. Well, it's not much pointing anything out in the Philippines. I mean, I know I'm living here, but I haven't been here long enough to actually know my way around and what's what and where's where. So in time, I will get to that point. I do know where Palawan is, and I know it's a big tourist spot for people. So at some point, I will check that out. I'm sure it's absolutely beautiful there. I have seen some videos before of people that were there, and the scenery and the sea and everything looks absolutely awesome. Shaka, Chocolate Hills in Bohol, supposed to be good. Yes, I guess I will go there at one point, stick my flag in the ground and do my tourist bit on. They've got that stage, haven't they? They've got them steps that go up to a staging area where you can view the chocolate hills. That's when they are chocolate, though, because apparently do they get all covered over with grass or something at certain times of the year and they don't look chocolate? It's only a certain time of the year, isn't it, that they're actually brown. But yeah, I'm sure it's an awesome sight. I know that's another big tourist spot. I've watched many videos on the chocolate hills. Oh, hold on. Peter, hello from the widow licking. I don't understand. You'd have to explain yourself on that one. Excuse me for being a bit thick. Graham, when are you going to do a live stream with Monica? I guess we will get around to that at some point. I'll have to make an arrangement with her. It will probably be talking about cars, if anything like that. But I will sort that out at some point. It's catching her, though, isn't it? That's the problem, because there's an 8-hour gap. So that's going to take a little bit of head scratching. It will happen eventually. Peter, club. Alpesh Patel. Hello. Looking good out there, Alan. Happy for you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's nice when you wake up every morning. The sun isn't always shining, but it's always warm. That's for sure. In fact, in the mornings, it's kind of like lately, it's been 20, 21 degrees, nice and early in the morning, like 5 in the morning. It was when I went up to the mountain, it was about 19, 20 degrees. But as soon as the sun comes up, it soon heats up. And then the rest of the day, it gets up to like 34, 35. It gets too warm. I'm not used to these mid-30s, but it's getting to me at times. Well, I guess after so long, you get used to it. Anyway, let me bang on a little bit before I go through a few more comments on these bank charges, because it's quite important, especially for anybody who's coming over here and you might not know this. I know you should do your homework when you come over here, and if you know what the fees are going to be, then you'll be prepared for it. But there's one little fee that I'm going to point out that you might not, it's not straightforward and you might not hear about it. So here in the Philippines, this is my own personal experience, okay? So don't take it for gospel. You can listen to other people as well and get some feedback off them. But this is my own personal experience. There are loads of banks over here, BDO, PNP, Land Bank. There's loads of banks. Some of them don't take Visa. Most of them do. And you'll probably find that when you go to these banks, they'll all have an ATM machine outside. You put your card in the ATM machine and you'll want to withdraw some money. Now, you'll probably find here that most of them will only allow you to withdraw 10,000 pesos in one go. So that's the limit. So what it means is if you want more than 10,000 pesos, you'll have to take your card out after you've withdrawn the first 10,000, put your card back in and hope that it allows you to withdraw another 10,000 pesos. So that's how you have to do it. And if it don't allow you to do it, you might have to go to a different bank and do a withdrawal over there. Quite often over here, the ATMs are out of order or there's something wrong with them. Numerous times I've gone to ATMs and they're not working. Some appear to be working. You'll put your card in and it will say, sorry, your request cannot be processed and you know, shit like that. Or they've got no money in them and stuff like that. So you have to kind of work out what days the money's put in the machines and all that sort of thing. But yeah, don't expect it to be like you go to the ATM and it's working, because a lot of them, it's actually hit and miss whether they are working or not. I don't know about the big cities here in the Philippines. I'm talking about Mindanao because this is where I am. I'm in Bukidnon, like Valencia City, Malaybalay, Maramag, Don Carlos, around that kind of area. So, but anyway, you will probably find that if you want to withdraw some money, 10,000 pesos is equivalent to 140 pounds sterling. I'm talking about British money here. And I guess most of my audience is British. I don't know what it is in dollars. I'll have to convert it. So 10,000 pesos would be 140 pounds. Now, before you withdraw that 10,000 pesos, it will come up on the ATM screen and it will say there is a fee of 250 pesos to withdraw that 10,000. So they're going to charge you in British money. It's around about £3.50 on top of your 10,000 pesos or £140. So you're going to be paying £143.50, something like that. That's what it's going to cost you to withdraw that money. But there's something else here. I'm with Barclays Bank, okay? So when I withdraw 10,000 pesos, which is £140, I get charged. I mean, if I go to, say for instance, I go to the BDO bank here in the Philippines, in Maramag town. I withdraw 10,000 pesos. I get charged £3.50 from the BDO bank. My bank, Barclays Bank, charges me another £3.50 approximately, depending on the exchange rate or more. So if I make a transaction over here for £140 in pound sterling, I'm probably paying around about 148, 149 pound. So if you can imagine, every time I want to take out 140 pound from the bank, it's costing me around about another £9. So don't think that the £2, the 250 pesos charge over here is all you're going to get charged, because your own bank's going to charge you as well, because they can do that, and they do that. And I know they bloody well do. In fact, I've got the flipping... I actually took a photo, a screenshot of it. So amount in PHP, 10,000 pesos, £250 administration fee from the bank over here. And then final GBP amount includes non-sterling transaction fee. So that non-sterling transaction fee is £4.33. That's Barclays Bank charging me that. So I just wanted to point that out. That's a lot of money. I mean, if you said £9 in British money every time you want to withdraw £140, and I'm saying the £140 because £140 is 10,000 pesos, and 10,000 pesos is the limit you're allowed to withdraw from most of these banks over here in one go. They do say that the HSBC bank over here in the Philippines do not add a charge on, but there again you have to be living probably in Cebu City or Manila or where the HSBC banks are. They're far and few between, and they're certainly not around where I am. Anyway, now we've got that little bit out of the way, I'll answer a few comments. I was kind of thinking, if anybody else that's actually living over here, what do you do? Oh, I'm going to come to what I actually do as well. I should have said that. Learn, kids. All the best. Hello, well, thank you very much. All the best to you as well. Mondo, how's it going? How are you doing? How's your belly for spots? Bottled water, not lager. I'm doing okay for spots. This is like dusk time now, getting on for it. I've got my off lotion on. So the pesky mosquitoes shouldn't be biting. Over here, it's like playing Russian roulette at this time of the evening if you don't have any protection on. I never thought I'd have to deal with mosquitoes. I really didn't. Anyway, Mondo, thanks for joining in. Good to hear from you. Anthony from Newmarket. Well, hey, horse racing town. Enjoy the warmth and sun in the Philippines. I certainly am. How are you doing? I haven't heard you on my live streams before, so thank you very much for joining in. It's a pleasure. The more the merrier, because the more people, the more different advice we can get. It helps everybody, especially when you've got a specific subject like this. Learn, kids. All the best, Mr. Allen. You made me a very good mechanic on my Ford. Yes. Well, that's the thing. The more you persevere, the better you get. It's like everything, like riding a bike, isn't it? I guess you get a certain amount of satisfaction when you try and do things yourself and you achieve it and you get it right. Even if you make mistakes and then correct them mistakes, you'll get there in the end. Richard, hello. Hello, mate. When I'm in Philippines, I use Western Union to move money from my UK account as the rate is good and it works for me. Never used my cards. Thank you, Richard. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, I know there are Remitly and all these other organisations you can use. I haven't used them, so I'm not going to even talk about them. Someone else can bring them up. But Richard, you have hit the nail on the head. Exactly what I do. Western Union. Now, I have an account with Western Union. Here's what I do, and you obviously know this, but just in case anybody else is interested to know. Every time there's like activity going on somewhere, all the dogs in the area go flying up the road. It's like a welcoming committee. Anyway, where the hell was I? Western Union. What I now do, if I want to remove some money from my bank to put in my pocket, make a withdrawal, I go on my laptop or my phone and I make that transaction through Western Union. So the thing is, because Western Union, which is really good, they have offices everywhere. You know, most parts of the world, there's a Western Union office. So wherever you are, whatever country you're in, and you need to get some money and you can't use an ATM or something like that, or you want to send money to somebody else, Western Union is a good service to use. Here's an example of what they cost. So here in the Philippines, if I want to withdraw, say I want to withdraw £2,000, and there's a very good example to buy, say you want to buy a motorbike and it's going to cost you £2,000. There is no way in hell I'm going to go to a flipping ATM here and withdraw £140 at a time and then get charged £9 a time for every £140 I withdraw. No, you go to the Western Union. You can send the money to your, I'm going to come up to a point here. You can send the money to somebody else who can then give the money to you, or you can send the money to yourself. The only thing I don't know at the minute with Western Union, I mean, if I want to get some money out, I send it to Ken, because they ask for a government issued ID card. They give you a tracking number. Okay. If I send some money to Ken, they'll give me a tracking number that I can give to her. She'll go into the Western Union office and I can go in with her. She gives them the tracking number, but they want to see her government issued ID card. Then they'll give her the money. Then she'll give me the money, or I'll let her keep her or whatever. But if I wanted to send money to myself, I don't quite know how that'll work. You can do it, but I don't have a government issued ID card at the moment. So I won't do that to myself at the minute. When I get an ACR card, then I can probably send money to myself, as long as I state that I'm living in the Philippines and I'm sending money to myself in the Philippines. I can show them that ACR card, and I reckon that'd be good enough. I'm not sure. I don't want to take the risk and show them my passport and say, well, that's me, that's my passport. They might say, no, that's no good. We need to see your government issued ID card. So I won't send money to myself at the minute. But yeah, Richard, you're spot on. The Western Union is the way to go as far as I can see. So as I was saying, if I withdraw, or if I send £2,000 through Western Union, they will charge me £3.90. So that's it. That's their fee. If I withdrew £140 from Western Union, or sent £140 through Western Union, it would cost me £3.90. You see where I'm going? It doesn't seem to matter how much you send through them. It's the same fee, one-time fee, £3.90. So for £3.90, I can handle that. It doesn't bother me at all. All you do is you withdraw larger sums of money to see you through X amount of time. And obviously, when you live out here, you kind of get into the routine of how much you're going to spend over a certain amount of time. It's just the very principle of getting charged £9 for taking £140 out. And I've done that about 4 or 5 times. And it's because I've been in a spot where I've needed the money, and it's like, fuck it, I need to get it out. I'm going to have to swallow the £9. But now I've got it worked out, I don't mind that £3.90 from the WU. As far as I'm concerned, the Western Union is a fantastic service. I like it. It's very convenient. It's very easy to use. The only problem with it is that it's not quick and easy like going to an ATM. You have to go into the office, and if there's people in front of you, you've got to wait. And then when you've seen the teller behind the counter, you've still got to wait. So, I mean, it could take a little while. But you remember, when you're in the Philippines, you're in Philippine time, aren't you? So, patience. you certainly have to learn patience over here. Anyway, I shall carry on. I'll get through a few of these comments. Mike, how are you doing? Sonny Bolton. Hello, Mike in Bolton. I hope the weather's not too bad for you. I hear it's been raining a lot in Britain lately. It was raining when I left, and it's still flipping raining. I do look at my weather app, and I compare the weather over here to what it is in Huntingdon. I do, and the weather over there has been cold, damp, wet, not very nice. And I'm sitting over here like every day. Kirk, hello. I hate digital. I'm self-employed and try and get paid cash as much as I can. Well, that's right. A lot of people swear by cash. Do you know what gets me? It's nice to have. I know the digital is kind of easy and convenient, especially with the Wi-Fi cards, or you pick your phone up. This is what I was doing because we all get swallowed into this. Well, not all of us, but most of us. You've got your phone and you've got your bank card on your phone, so you just double tap your phone or whatever and put it up to the card machine and bing bing, and that's it. Your transaction's done. So easy, isn't it? But for those of us that are grown up in a world of cash, and you know the benefits of cash, you don't want to see it disappear. And there's never going to be a happy medium in countries like Britain where you've got cash. You can either use cash or you can use digital. They've got to be one or the other, haven't they? So they're trying to push cash out. They're trying to get rid of it altogether and make the whole thing digital. I don't agree with that either. I don't like it. Some people just want to deal with cash, and there's nothing wrong with that. Fajia, I hope I say your name right. Hello to you. Thanks for joining the live stream. Where in the world are you? When you say hello and all that, because some people I don't recognise, say where you are. I'd like to know where you are in the world. I find it quite interesting. Shacks, lol. Yes, they do. Dwayne, you're still here? Ain't you had breakfast yet? What is the time, by the way? I don't even know. Let me just do a time check. It's 5:30. I've been on this like half an hour now. So it's 9:30 in the UK, 9:30 a.m. and it's 5:30 p.m. over here. Get a map and pin where people are contacting you from. That's sound advice. Thank you very much for that, Dwayne. I should get a map of the world and stick pins in it. And we'll say Mike is there in Indonesia and Sally's there in Toronto. And Mondo, have you left your tools at the taxi garage? I did. I left them there. My ancient toolbox, I gave it a little bit of a polish, but I think Steve told me, the boss, he's cleaned the box up as well. Or he's got someone to do it. I think it's like an heirloom now. It'll just sit in a corner somewhere. But yeah, it's still at the taxi garage. I just said, look, just use them. Whether if you can find anything in that toolbox that's useful. I mean, I got by with it. I didn't have the best toolbox in the world, nor the best tools, but I mean, they got me by pretty well. But yeah, it's still there. Vivian, Kevin gave me a list of car shows. It'd be nice if we did a live stream with you from. Yeah. You can do that. Just give me a date and all that. And all you got to do in the live streams is whoever's hosting the live stream, you can just send out links to your email, and then I can just click on the link and then join in on the live stream. It'd be nice and easy. So yeah, we'll do that. That'll be good fun. I'll look forward to that, Vivian. Maybe Monica would join us. Tall order, but maybe, you never know. Vampire. I find the banking system out there odd. You have to take a ticket from a machine and wait for your number to come up for a cash desk in the bank. That's a very good point. This is new to me, and I can't really I get exactly what you're saying, because I've had the similar thing in different shops and that, but I've not actually been in a bank inside. I did walk into one of the banks, and there was like rows of chairs, like deck chairs, well, plastic chairs, and there was all these people sitting on these chairs waiting. And I'm thinking, flipping heck, for a crappy little bank, there was a lot of people in there. And I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm not in here having to queue up. I don't know what the procedure is in there, but I'm guessing it kind of makes sense. You have to go and get a ticket, and then they'll call you to go and see one of the tellers or whoever you want to see. It's different. It's certainly different to the banks the banks in like the bank I have in England is Barclays Bank. It used to be a bank where you would go in, there would be all the tellers behind the counter and all that. That's all gone now. It's all just a bunch of machines, and they have a few people in there that you can go and talk to, and that's about it. These banks are kind of like old school. So if I ever come across that experience, I'll let you know. But yeah, you're right. Where you have to pick up a ticket and then go and sit down and wait. That kind of reminds me of the immigration centre. And there's a particular shop over here. When you pick something off the shelf that you want to buy, they'll give you a ticket in the middle of the shop of what you've got in your hands, and you've got to take your stuff and that ticket to the till. It's bizarre what goes on over here, but it's interesting. Andy, so how do you get your money out? I use the Western Union. I use the Western Union service. I just send money to Ken, my girlfriend, through Western Union. And she'll go in the Western Union, and they'll give her the cash, and then she'll come out, and that's it. So it just makes sense to pay £3.90 for one transaction rather than nearly £9 for every transaction of £140. The maximum in most of these ATMs on all the banks around here that you can take out in one go is 10,000 pesos. That's the limit. And 10,000 pesos is equivalent in British money of £140. So for me to withdraw 10,000 pesos is going to cost me £9. So the bank over here charges 250 pesos, and which is around about £3.50 something, and my bank charges me £4.30 something as well for the same transaction. So I'm getting like charged by both banks at the same time. It's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of money. £9 to take out £140. It's a bit of a piss take, really. But if you don't know these things, I didn't know that. When I made my first transactions over here, I thought, okay, I'm getting charged £3.50, say, to withdraw £140. I thought, well, I can kind of live with that. It's not too bad, although it adds up over time. But then when I checked my bank balance, and I found that, oh, my bank are charging me more than the bank over here are charging me. So it's like I'm not going to sort of like pay nearly £10 every time I want to make a withdrawal. Vampire, are you new to this channel? I think you are. Well, thanks for joining in. I miss my time in the Philippines. Intend to go back soon. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy somewhere, then yeah, do it. That's what you got to do. You only live once, so you got to do what makes you happy. Guess Stevenson, hello. And open an account in the Philippines. Yeah, I can't do that at the minute because I haven't got an ACR card at the minute. I'm going to get that this week if that all works out. But I don't really fancy opening an account over here. It's just I don't really want to go there just yet. So, but yeah, what you're saying is right. If you were here permanently and you know you're going to be here permanently and you've got all your paperwork together, if you open a bank account in one of the banks over here, then that's it. It's free, I guess. To check your balance and all that and withdraw money, as long as you have a bank card for that particular bank you have an account with, it will be free. However, I have heard that if you have a bank card for one of the banks over here and you try and use your bank card in another one of the banks, you'll probably get charged anyway. So you've got to kind of stick to your own bank. Whereas, like in the UK, I can use the Barclays card in any of the banks just about, and none of them are charged. It's all free. Rob, use Wise. I don't know what that is, but as you've put it on the screen, I will check that out, because any information is kind of helpful. And it's not just for my sake, it's for anybody else who might just watch this and be in a similar situation. Oswald, if you have a Santander Edge account, there's no transaction fees, only Philippine ATM will charge you. Yeah, I know you're right. But that's the problem, isn't it? The Philippine ATMs. It's kind of like you don't want to go inside the bank and try and withdraw the money at the counter, because you're going to be in for a flipping long wait, no doubt. But that's if you've got a Santander account. That's the problem. If you don't, then you've got problems. But anyway, the input's good. Jason, it's probably cheaper. Send yourself Western Union. That's what I do. I get £1.50 charge. I get decent rate if you send your 40k peso, be a £2.90 charge. Yeah. I know Western Union do some really good deals. I've been being charged £3.90 for all my transactions. So I've probably got to delve a bit deeper to see if I can get a better deal. But I'm quite happy with the £3.90, because I just make sure I withdraw enough to last me X amount of time, and I'll swallow the £3.90. But yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Western Union at the minute. Andy, how do you make money while living over there? I don't make money while living over here. I've got a house in England. I'll get a few bit of money off that each month. So that's it. So it's not like I've got nothing coming in. I do have a little bit coming in. You can send Western Union yourself. Yeah, I did say this earlier. I know you can send money to yourself through the Western Union. The only problem I'm a bit concerned about here in the Philippines is because at the moment I don't have a ACR card. So if I was to do that and go and send money to myself and go down there with a passport, they might say no, that we passport's not good enough. We need to see your government issued ID card, and I don't have one. So I'm not going to take the risk. But in a few days' time, this week actually, Wednesday, I'm going to Davao, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to go get my ACR card. ACR card, then I can send money to myself, and I won't mind about it because I've got the government card. So I'll be okay then. Stink Chichon. Andy, Thierry, ever heard of the fact that you don't need to make money all the time if you already have money? I think what he's saying is for people like me that come over here, you've either got shitloads of money and you don't need to earn money, or you haven't got shitloads of money and you need to have an income. In my case, I don't have shitloads of money, so I have to have an income of some kind. And I have a house in England, so I get a little bit of rent from that. So that ticks me over. Trouble Motorsport. Morning, any Mondeos? No Mondeos. I did go past a Focus today, quite a new one actually, although it looked nothing like the Ford Focuses back in England. Let me just switch these lights on. The sun will be going down shortly and it'll be pitch black. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it gets dark ever so quick here. By around about 6 o'clock, it'll be sort of like blackout. Mondeos. No, no Mondeos. I've not seen a single Mondeo since I've been over here. I know there are a few. I've been told there's a few in Manila, but that may as well be a million miles from here. So, but if I do ever see one, I will make a point of actually getting a video of it. Chris, get yourself a Wise card. You're the second person to say that. So, Chris, in case I don't or I forget, there you go. Now I won't forget it. Thank you, Chris. I'll look into that and I'll let you know. Had any lechon? No. Oh, I have. Actually, I have. Yeah, I had a little bit. We roast a few pigs over here. Every time there's like a family celebration, they roast a pig. So I have it a little bit. I'm not particularly keen on it, you know. It's not really me. I'd rather a pork sausage, you know. Richard, I send it to myself. Just show passport. That works. Yeah, that. So you've just confirmed the passport will work. That's the thing I wasn't sure about, because you know how funny they can get. It's like when I came here through the immigration in Davao at the airport. Before I even come to this country, there's a like a list of rules and things you've got to tick and declaration sort of thing that you're not bringing guns and excessive money and all that into the country. I downloaded that form off the internet because it said you can download the form off the internet and do the form before you get into the Philippines. So all you've got to do is hand it over. So that's what I did. And I went all the way through immigration and showed it to two different people through the immigration process coming out of the airport. And the final person that I had to go past looked at it and said, this isn't the paper that's used here. I said, no, it's downloaded off the internet. And she sort of like ummed and ahed over it. And I said, well, the other two officials let it go through. And she goes, well, next time use the paper that's here. And I thought to myself, you know what? I did actually think someone at some point is going to say, yeah, it's the wrong size bit of paper that this is on, or something like that. And I was right as well. So they can be an half funny on certain things if things aren't actually spot on. So that did worry me, though, about that handing a passport over saying, can I withdraw this money, Western Union? I've only got my passport. And they say, have you got a Philippines government ID card? No. Well, you can't have your money then. I was expecting that. But yeah, if you say you can get the money out with a passport, then that's great. That's what I really wanted to hear. But it's not really going to matter anyway for me, because I'm going to get my ACR card in about 2 days' time anyway. So I'll have both. But anyway, thank you, Richard. Much appreciated. Oswald, just show your passport. That's what I did. Oh, so it does. Yeah, Richard just confirmed that as well. So it does work. I did think it would work, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to take the risk just in case it caused problems. G, hello. You can open a Philippine bank account once you have been in the Philippines for 180 days. Just take in your passport and address. Yeah. Good to know. However, I don't think I'm going to go down that route just yet. Maybe in time, but we'll see. Neil, my girlfriend just come back from Philippines. She was happy to see the rain. Oh my God. I'd be happy to see the rain. It hasn't rained here in flipping ages now. And it's like, when it rains here, it's warm rain. You can take a shower in it. It's lovely. You go back to England and it's bloody freezing rain. Oh. Birmingham. Well, hello, Chris, over there in Birmingham. Good to hear from you. Thanks for joining in. It's all about money issues tonight. Terry, hello. Good morning from Ireland. 9:30? I don't even know what the bloody time is anymore. Oh, that's probably the time you You put the comment on. It's 9:47 now, so I'm getting a bit behind. Well, anyway, Terry, hello to you. You see this t-shirt? I got this printed last year in a town or a city called Malai Balai. There's a huge festival that goes on once a year, and I'm going there this year. There's a lot, so I'm going to sort of like film a little bit of it. Hopefully there'll be a lot of street dancing and stuff like that. Jarl, hello mate, good to see you're thinking. Norway, yes, you've got to keep thinking. You've got to do something. If you stop thinking, you'll go bloody home. Anyway, thanks Jarl for letting us know you're in Norway. It's very, very good to hear. Gareth from wet and cold Sunderland. Well, at least you've got a football team there. That's one thing. I don't know how they're doing though, because I don't really follow football anymore. I used to be a Manchester United supporter, but that was back in the days of Alex Ferguson, when there was like, they'd always bring Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out in the dying moments, and he'd probably score a goal, and Ryan Giggs and all that. I can't remember what year it was. They won the triple. It was absolutely fantastic. But it's a long time since I've actually followed football. Anyway, Gareth, pleasure. Matt's Life. Hi from Ripon, North Yorkshire. I'll be in Philippines. Oh, will you? You're coming over here this week. Well, when you get over here, drop us a line or something. Leave a comment, and I'll try. I'm way behind on the comments anyway, but I'll try and remember your name. So Matt's Life. Yeah. What part of the Philippines are you coming to? Ross. Still in Bibla Lake, Western Australia. Sharing the same time zone and similar weather. Will hopefully be holidaying in the Philippines again in a month or so's time. Well, that's very nice. At least you'll be sort of like, won't have to worry about the cold, will you? It's nice to know that Western Australia is on the same time zone. I never realised until a few weeks back how close we actually are to actually Australia. Mind you, Australia is massive, isn't it? Huge continent, flipping heck. Anyway, who else have we got? Wish it was bigger. Have a look at Wise once you have a bank account out there. It's so easy to transfer money from UK account to Philly. The fee is minimal and in your account in hours, if not minutes. Good luck. Yep. Quite a few of you have said Wise now, so I've actually taken a photo of that, so I won't forget. So I'll definitely check that out. So thank you very much. Wish it was bigger. I'm with Barclays, living in Thailand. Yeah, I don't know if anything is different over there in Thailand as far as ATMs go. I couldn't tell you. You'd know better than me. But it's like, it's not so much the fees they charge over here, although they are quite expensive. It's my own bank charging me more than what the Philippine bank's charging me. So it's like they're shafting me both ways. Oh, Vivian, bank branches closing all the time in UK. Barclays here in Spalding, closing next month, all online now. Yeah, everything's going that way, isn't it? The decay of the United Kingdom, it's sad to see it. Everywhere you look, it's just shops being boarded up, and it's terrible. What happened? Where did it all go wrong? Dwayne, fingers crossed on ACR card. Well, it should go okay. I mean, let's face it, as long as I pay them the money, I'm sure they're going to give it to me. We'll see how that goes, though. it's going to be this week. I'm going to go over there and get it sorted out. I have to go this week anyway, because if I don't, I'll get charged a late fee, won't I? It'll be more money. Kindone, we use Wise for years. We use its card to take money out in Bangkok recently. Oh, so you use Wise as well? I've never heard of it. Never ever heard of it until tonight. So thank you very much. Well, I'll definitely check it out. Paul and Fiona Travels. Hello, how you doing? Good afternoon, Alan. Good to see you live. Yeah, I thought I would pull this one tonight. I've got nothing going on. I am going to be watching Batman: The Dark Knight Rises later, so with a bottle of Smirnoff Ice. But at the minute, I'm on water because it's still quite warm. The sun is actually just gone down. It's about 10 to 6 in the evening now. Usually by 6 p.m. it's lights out over here. That's the downside. In England, you've got the summertime can go on 9 o'clock at night, which is lovely. It will stay light. But over here, all year round, it's dark by 6. It's just you just get used to it. Been following all your videos, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I definitely like to. Well, it keeps me busy, doesn't it? If you're out and about. The thing is, over here, there's always something going on, isn't there? There was one of them big old lorries the other day down the highway, and all the sugarcane had fallen off the back of the lorry all over the flipping road. I was going the other way, and I was driving. It's like I didn't bother pulling up, and I should have spun round and rubbernecked and and filmed it all, but I didn't. But it's things like that. Everywhere you go, there's something there to get your camera out and say, bloody hell, this is interesting. Just like the last video, you see the guy with a little horn going, he's pressing the horn. I think he was selling, I don't know what he was selling in them little pots he was carrying, but I thought that was funny, so I thought I'd get him. So yeah, if you're out and about on the streets and that, quite often there's something you're going to see that sort of like catches your attention. Wish I could take here longer. Need to go and taxi the people of Glasgow. Oh, okay. Well, you've got to earn your money, haven't you? But anyway, Paul, it's lovely to hear from you, and thanks for joining in like you always do. It's much appreciated. Vampire, I'm not new. I'm the chap with the Rover Maestro. Been following you for a long time. Oh, right. I don't recall your name. Maybe it's just my memory. I don't actually remember you. But yeah, Rover Maestro, flipping heck. I weren't that keen on the Maestros, but I do see them for what they were. And the MG Maestro, they've done a turbo version. And it's like flipping it. They used to go like shit off a shovel. It'd be nice to see. I think there's one guy in Brampton, just outside Huntingdon, that still owns them. I don't know if he's still got it or not. But there was one Maestro I used to go see going around. But most of them rotted away, didn't they? They weren't made of the best metal, that's for sure. Maestro and Montego, they were the days, 1980s. Rusty, I'm from Lincolnshire. My wife is Filipino. Last time we was in the Philippines was 2013. You need to come back, have a holiday over here. The only problem is bloody expensive, actually getting the plane fare, isn't it? Well, since the pandemic, that's the fares have all gone up, haven't they? And it's not just that. I'll make another live stream at some point on the when I get enough information together on the cost of just your general food and stuff over here, because it's not as cheap as what you'd think. It's a lot of stuff is quite expensive actually. Mr. Sonic, thriving. How you doing? How's it going? Yep, the sun is just going down. Andrew Ward, Explorer. Hello, Andrew. You're in St. Neots, aren't you? Hi, Alan. Andy, an Englishman in Uganda. No rain here either. Oh, you're in. Is that where you are now in Uganda? Bloody hell. That's a. I can't comment on Uganda, but I know it's in Africa. So well done for going there. You should put that on YouTube. If you've got a channel, then I would do it. I should think that's one of those countries that doesn't get much coverage. So if you can sort of like do your own videos of Uganda, that'd be well worth it. Must be very interesting being over there. I take it you've met somebody who lives in Uganda. Anyway, good to hear from you. Paul, from a very dull Derbyshire. Paul, don't worry about the weather. I keep hearing people saying that from a wet and damp this and that. We all know what England's like. When I came over here last April, it was chucking it down with rain when I left Heathrow, and when I came back a month later, it was still chucking it down with rain, and it was cold. It was bloody cold, and I was like so depressed. I was back in England. The weather just gets you, doesn't it? It's like when the sun is shining and it's warm, it raises your spirit. It's a feel-good factor. M and K. Hi, Alan. Love in your content. I'll tell you what I'm not loving at the minute, M and K. It's getting a bit dim here. I need reading glasses. Anyway, I should carry on. Aussie here, married to my Filipino for 9 years. My old Mondeo Mark IV just clicked over 207,000 kilometers, still tight as a drum, diesel, and runs like a dream. You know the Mark IV 2-litre diesel, they were bloody fantastic. I know at Steve's Taxis, when it was still Steve's Taxis, we had a whole load of Mark IVs, and I swear to God, them cars done double the mileage your car has done, and they were still going well. They were absolutely beautiful engines. I know they were Peugeot engines, and a lot of people were not Peugeot. I used to knock French engines, but bloody hell, that was one engine they got right. Fantastic. As long as you give them the correct oil changes at the right time and look after them, they will see you okay. Bloody fantastic cars. Mr. Dave, hello. I'm in Chelmsford, Essex, sitting in my Focus ST, to be precise, waiting to have 4 new tyres fitted. Well, that's going to cost you, but don't worry about that, because at least it's a Focus ST. It's a nice looking car. Kevin used to tell me a little phrase of what these things. ST is sports tuned. I remember that one. Nice cars. I remember me and Monica, when someone, I forget his name now, he dropped a Focus off to us to do an oil change, and we went for a drive round in it. Ever such a nice car. They feel good as well, don't they? You know, the steering, they feel like they're weighted just right. Yeah, excellent. What tyres are you getting though? Are you getting some budget-friendly ones, or are you getting the expensive ones? I know tyres like Continentals will grip the road but not last long. Michelin's are probably going to be the expensive ones, but they'll last forever. M&K, Going to retire early there in 3 to 4 years. I think if you can do that, it's worth doing. I guess it all depends on your life and what you want out of life. But yeah, a lot of people would like to retire early. Vivian, how's Tyler doing? Is he going to college? He's not going to college yet because he hasn't got his ACR card. We're getting that this week. As soon as we get his card, we can get his student permit, and then we can roll things along and see how we go from there. Right at this very moment, he's out down there. He's at a gym in town. In actual fact, this particular gym in town, I've got to go in there and film it. I really have, and I intend to do that this week. He says to me that the equipment in this gym is straight out of World War II. So I'm looking forward to going in there. Paul, and then got to go. I wish you and Ken and Tyler all the best in your new life together. Sorry I've spelt Ken's name wrong. Don't worry about it. Thanks very much, Paul. You're a top guy. I know you are. You always leave your comments on all my videos. So thank you ever so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody else who joins in on the live streams as well. Stephen, how much, if you can get it, is a pint of Guinness? I have no idea, but I'll remember that. I don't recall even seeing Guinness over here. In fact, there isn't that much in the way of beers at all. It's like I don't even buy beers. I know you can get the Red Horse. I will check out the prices of beers, and the next time I do a stream, I will bring it up, and I will let you know what they kind of cost, because I have no idea at all. I've been buying Smirnoff Ices. They call them Twang, something. They call them a different name, but it's Smirnoff Ice, which is 37 pesos. Let me just check you out what Smirnoff Ice is for 500 milliliters. I've got a little conversion thing here, so I can sort of like keep up with it. 37 pesos. Yeah, it's about 52 pence for a small bottle of Smirnoff Ice. But I'll check the beers out the next time I go shopping. Wife, Mrs. is from Uganda. Okay, got to go. Oh, nice. See you later, Paul. Have a good one. Take care out there. Shaka. Good to hear you're United fan. Been going out since the mid 80s. We're awful now. I stopped watching Manchester United years ago, but when I did used to watch them, I mean, they were fantastic. It was, they were on a winning streak. But I mean, I haven't sort of like kept up with football at all. I sort of like went on to Formula One after the football. And they were the days of Michael Coulthard and Michael Schumacher. I was a McLaren fan back in them days. I think that was the 90s. But I don't even watch Formula One anymore. I don't even watch anything to do with sports. So, I think half of it is I don't even watch. We have no sort of like, we have a TV, but I don't even watch it. Before I left England in 2016, I think it was, I sort of like gave up my TV license. I didn't even bother watching telly anymore. So I've sort of like out of touch with a lot of things I should be in touch with. But I might check out Manchester United and see how they're done lately. If you say they're awful, I can well believe it. I think they had their heyday with Alex Ferguson. I love that sort of like coach. He was brilliant. Mr. Dave, Michelin pilot. Oh, Mr. Dave, all I can say is you've got lots of money in your back pocket, because Michelins aren't cheap, and I know that, but they're good tyres. Andrew, hello. Still in St Neots as well. Oh, do you know what? I recognised your name. You do have a YouTube channel, didn't you? And you go out different places and film around St Neots and stuff like that. So yeah, brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. I don't even know if I'm subscribed to you, but if I'm not, then I'll go to your channel later and I'll subscribe to you. But anyway, brilliant. Thank you for joining the live stream. I do appreciate it. I have a yeah, I do. Yeah, I do because your channel used to be Andrew Ward Weird World, and you've changed it to Andrew Ward Explorer. Yes, yes, that's it. Anyway, Andrew, it's a pleasure. If I'm not subscribed, like I say, I will subscribe to your channel later on tonight. But anyway, thank you. Brilliant. Hillbilly John. Hey, hello. Good morning. Good morning to you, should I say. Mr. Dave, Michelin Pilot, Force Plus tracking and brake fluid change. 600 and something, 650 quid. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. I know them tyres aren't going to be cheap. And tracking, well, do you know what gets me? I could really go off on one here when it comes to tracking, because I see a lot of these places and they got all this like fancy bullshit up with the digital, digital, should I say, going up on the wall, and they'll put the gauges on, and the digital digits will go in the green or red. If they go in the green, they'll say, yeah, it's all fine, that mate, but that's £80 for checking it. They know how to charge for tracking. I used to use the laser tracking gauges for four-wheel alignment, and I would properly adjust the tracking as it should be done. And I didn't need no digital like numbers coming up to tell me it's right or wrong. M&K, Michelin are awesome, but I felt they wear down quicker. When they are new, though, it feels like you're on rails. Yeah, to me, I guess they make lots of different makes of Michelin, but I always thought the Michelin tyres were like a hard-wearing tyre that would last a long, long time. There was more chance of a Michelin tyre, the sidewalls cracking, so the cords were sort of like showing or something like that, than there was of the tread wearing out. But there again, like I say, they make different makes of Michelin. They can make a hard rubber or a soft rubber. But no, they're certainly not cheap tyres, but they are ever so good. I do believe we've got to the end of the comments, which is quite unusual. I never normally get to the end of the comments. But anyway, I guess I'll call it a day. I just wanted to bring up the little subject of the money situation when it comes to withdrawing cash from ATMs in the Philippines, specifically here in Mindanao. I can't really talk for the big cities because I'm not there. I'm in a rural area. So I just wanted to point out the kind of what it's going to cost you if you're a tourist coming over for a month's holiday or something, or whether you're coming out here backpacking or whatever you're doing. Just beware of the Philippines bank charges, and beware of your own bank charging you as well, like I've been charged, shafted, should I say. So yeah, and obviously there are solutions out there. A number of people have said Wise and the Western Union. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for all joining the live stream. I guess I'll clear off now and go and cook dinner. So anyway, see you in the next one. I don't know when it'll be, but it'll be soon. Adios, people. Thank you very much.